Hi beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ru. Now, what we're doing today, or what we're asking today, is if you should pursue this connection with this person or the connection you are thinking about. So, we have 3 piles for you to choose from. So for pile 1, we have this colorful sea turtle. For pile 2, we have this pink sea turtle. And for pile 3, we have this brown and green sea turtle. So whichever pile you are more drawn to, that would be your reading. So for the people that are curious about what decks I'm using for this reading, we are using... Okay, so this is a new deck. I think it's pronounced Aether Creatures. I recently just bought it, and I thought it was really cool, so we're using this deck. We're also using the Wild Unknown Pocket Archetypes. We're using the Mystic Martian Oracle. And we're using Tarot for You and Me, because it's Pride Month. So, thank you so much for watching. Everything should be in the description down below. Thank you for supporting me. And yeah, I will see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose this colorful sea turtle, this reading is for you. So before we get into tarot, I do want to see who this person is and your connection with this person. So we have the Sustainer. We have the Schooner number 10. And the energy between you two, we have number 32, Kabbalah, Tree of Life, Integration, Life Lesson, and Emanation. Ooh, okay. Should we do it like that? Okay. Okay. Again, this is a new deck for me, so I'm going to be using the guidebook because I don't know. I don't know what this means, but I'm just gonna vibe with it for now, and then we'll get into the guidebook later. So automatically I do feel like this might be a newer person or somebody newer in your life, or somebody that out of nowhere you two just kind of connected in a more maybe romantic way. It doesn't have to be romantic, but of course my intention is for it to be romantic. But it seems like out of nowhere you two are just connecting more, or you two are connecting more in that sense of romance, if that makes sense. That's why I feel like this could be somebody newer in your life, or it could be somebody that out of nowhere you two are just connecting more and more. Like maybe you know who this person is, but you've been connecting more and more. And it just kind of happened. I feel like this connection wasn't forced at all. It kind of literally just happened, which is really nice. The connections that just happen like that are one of the best connections you will ever create, in my opinion. But also you should have intentions, right? Because intentions matter a lot in connections and relationships as well. Intentions matter so much. However, when the connection kind of just happens, it's it's like a very healthy way. And I really like when the connection just happens, because it just happens. No one's forcing anything. But then intentions matter later in the connection or later in life, because if you don't have the intention to see each other or the intention to be with each other, it's not going to be able to work as good as it should, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, I feel like this person is taking their time with this connection. I think they are very much, I feel like they have their eye on you, if that makes sense. If you two are not connecting right now, I feel like they have their eye on you, and I feel like they are planning like how to come towards you, or planning how to connect with you more and more, because I think this person wants to. And with this number 32, I think there is this energy between you two that is growing. I think you two are growing with each other. You two are this connection is growing somehow. I don't know, like, I don't know how, but I think it's growing. Even if you don't physically see it, I think it's growing a lot. And you two are learning from each other a lot as well. Yeah, this person's very chill and calm. You know what I want to do? I think I want to get from this deck the Star Codes Astro. Sorry. Because I don't know, I just have a feeling that I should get another card. So I'm gonna get you another card. But I do feel like this person is very much like, well, let me get the card first before I keep talking. Okay, who is this person? Let me just get one, please. Who is this person? Okay. Just one, please. Oh no, gracias. Oh, Scorpio. Okay. So Scorpio energy could be significant. Number 8. Investigate. Yeah, okay. Confirmation of what I just said. Scorpios are stalkers. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But no one talks about it. Fixed energy are very much like they're low-key stalkers in a hopefully in a healthy way, right? But Scorpios like knowing things. They investigate, right? They are the ones that kind of stalk you. They stalk your social media. Of course, not all Scorpios are like this, but I've noticed that fixed energy in general, right? Fixed energy, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo are very like fixed energy, you know, like they like knowing about you. You know, even if they don't ask you about yourself, they like knowing about you. So they might watch your stories a lot of the times, or they're kind of like having their eyes on you, right? And hopefully in a healthy way, because if someone is stalking you, that is not normal, that is not healthy, that is unhealthy. People should not be stalking you. Please understand that and learn from that. Okay, you do not deserve people that stalk you. Okay, but I'm talking about like maybe they stalk your social media, or they try to keep tabs on you on what you're doing, you know. Oh my god, I feel like that sounds so bad, but it's like, I hope it's not unhealthy, because if it's unhealthy, you do not deserve that. Okay. However, I do feel like this person wants to know more about you. So they might be watching, like if you have like stories on your, like highlights on your Instagram, or sorry, if you post on TikTok, or you post somewhere that is more public, I feel like they're watching that. Or trying to like keep tabs on you when you're doing all that. Because this person is very curious about you. That's what I'm saying. Like for some of you, I feel like you are talking to this person, but for some of you, like they're kind of noticing you a little bit more, and they're kind of tiptoeing on trying to go towards you, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get what this is about, because girl, if I knew, I would be talking about it, but I don't. So let's get the guidebook. Okay, so we have number 10. Okay, number 10, medicine, cleansing, releasing, letting go, offering, giving away. Okay, if you want to read that, if you want to pause and read, you can. It talks about what a schooner is, and where like it originates from, and what it does. But what I'm gonna read is this part right here. If the schooner has come to you, right side up. Okay. Something needs to be cleansed, released, given, or taken away. Feel into yourself. What is it that needs to go? It could be an emotional, mental, or physical level. The schooner could be a message that now is the time to do a cleanse. It could signal that now is the time to release ceremony, or to let go of something that you have been holding on to. It might be telling you that you've got to stop identifying with, and therefore being attached to something. That does not benefit you or your progression anymore. In this case, resisting this process will lead to pain. So imagine you are like the fish in the ocean who go to visit cleaner fish. Be a willing, active participant in the process of cleansing that needs to take place at this time. It is important to also consider your environment. What is your environment needs to be cleansed, purged, or let go of? What do you need to give away? The Native Americans have a giveaway ceremony called a potlatch. It is a ritual practice to offer or give away without attachment or regret. In this ritual, things are not given because they are no longer needed or wanted. Instead, it is common for a person to give away his or her most prized possession if he or she knows that the item will fulfill its purpose better elsewhere. Oh, okay. So if you want to keep reading, if you want to pause and read, you can. I'll show you all the... sorry. Okay. So, what I'm seeing about this card... Maybe you too... Okay, this is the really interesting energy. I feel like this person is very much... I don't know if they're self-sabotaging, if I'm being honest, because this could be somebody new, right? I don't know if they're self-sabotaging, but I do think they overthink it. I think they're overthinking the situation. They're overthinking going towards you, or they're overthinking being present in this relationship or this connection with you for some reason. And that could be just something personal that they have, right? However, it does seem like they could be a little... They might overthink a lot, you know? And I don't want to say that they're dramatic. However, I do think they're overthinking it. Which is understandable, especially if you have trauma behind connection, or if you experience very traumatic things or things that just don't make you feel good. It makes sense why people act the way they do, right? And as humans, as people, we understand that too, because we probably acted in ways that we're not as proud of, but it happens because of the trauma that we experienced, or the situations that we experienced in life, right? So I don't blame this person. However, I do think they're overthinking some things, even though they want to be present, if that makes sense. I think they are overthinking it. I think I feel like they're trying so hard to be present, or trying so hard to be okay with this, but somehow they're like, I feel like they could be self-sabotaging. And it's so interesting because it seems like they want to be present. They want to take their time and take it slow with you. But it's like they also have this like self-sabotaging tendencies. But they want to... I think this person wants to... they want... Like, I'm doing this with my hands, but because they want to like put you in their life, if that makes sense. Make time for you, if that makes sense. They want you to, like, what's that word, like, integrate, or like they want to like basically like insert you in their life in a very comfortable way, right? Maybe right now they can't, because maybe the job, like their work or studies or whatever it is, maybe they're focusing on something very big or something very important to them, that it's going to be very hard for them to make time for you. But I think they still have their eye on you, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's why they might be overthinking. Like, maybe they think they can't do it. Maybe they think I heard maybe you're too needy, and needy in a way that's like not like maybe, because, okay, when it comes to connection or relationship, there needs to have an ounce of there has to be an ounce of attention with each other, right? This person has to pay attention to you, and you have to pay attention to the other person or other people, right? You have to pay attention to the other people in your relationship, or the other person in your relationship, or in the connection. And I think knowing that information, maybe this person feels like they can't pay attention to you, yet they pay attention to you by like sort of like keeping tabs on you, if that makes sense. So it's very interesting. Their minds is very interesting, and I think they're self-sabotaged to a certain extent, because I think they believe that they can't be in a connection with you because you might need a lot of attention, or you might be needy, if that makes sense, or you might be like, I think they have like this perception of connection or relationship, sort of, that they feel like they need to be present 100% of the time, like especially physically. And if they feel like they can't do that, they don't want to pursue something, which is respectful, you know, like, which is understandable, and I respect that. However, it does seem like, I feel like they're kind of overthinking it. Because you might be like, oh, I'm not that needy, or like I don't need a lot of attention. Like I like talking to this person. I like spending time with this person, but I don't need to spend time with them forever, you know? Like maybe you could be very independent and maybe this person can't grasp that. Maybe because the people before you, or like the people they were with, maybe needed a lot of attention, and maybe they're kind of projecting on this connection with you. And anyway, anything could be possible, right? I'm also seeing like maybe they have this perception of relationship because of their parents. You know, maybe their parents had a lot of attention towards each other, or they just saw it in their parents that how relationships work, and they're like, okay, so this is how they work, this is how it might go, and I don't have that energy right now, so it makes sense why they're acting the way they do. But it does seem like they're keeping their tabs on you, and they're kind of like noticing you a lot. It's just they might not be pursuing you per se. Like maybe they are, but maybe they're taking their time pursuing you, because I think it seems like this person has a lot of things going on that I think they feel like they can't pay attention to you as much as they want to, or as much as that you need to, if that makes sense. You need to, right? Because it's not it's not a problem to want attention from somebody that you like, or it shouldn't be difficult to get attention from somebody that you want attention from, right? It just seems like this person's kind of overthinking it, if that makes sense, that you might want a lot of attention and they can't give that to you. And you can literally just be like, I don't want a lot of attention, I just kind of like, when you have time, and let's talk to each other, let's hang out, but maybe this person can't grasp that, if that makes sense. That's why I think they could be self-sabotaging, because they feel like they don't have enough time or energy or even attention to give you, because of what's going on in their life. Like they could be going through a lot of things right now, personal things, and I don't think it's like bad things, because with the sustainer here, like maybe they're going through some really big changes that are like benefiting their life, and they feel like they don't have the time to connect with others or connect with you specifically right now. Because I feel like this person has good intentions. I feel like they want to come correct. It's just right now they might not be able to, or they feel, this is the crazy part, they feel like they're not able to. But then again, I don't want to invalidate how they feel, because they could be right, they could be right, and I'm just saying what this is happening, right? Okay. Hopefully that resonated. Let's go into tarot about if you should be pursuing this connection, or if you should be pursuing this person, because we already know how this person is kind of feeling. Sorry, my guidebook fell. Okay. So, let's see if you should be pursuing this connection. Because we already know how this person is kind of feeling towards you, or how they view this connection. But let's see if you should pursue this connection, or pursue this person in general. But if you're curious, you can always get a reading from me. You can email me or DM me on Instagram. I will reply, I promise. Either way, I'm really thankful that you're watching this right now. I appreciate it. Of course I do. I appreciate you so much. But yeah. So let's see if you should be open to pursuing this connection, or maybe or maybe you should make a move or something. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. Okay. Should you move that a little bit? Should you pursue this connection? I'm gonna get 4 cards. The Lovers wanted to pop up. Very cute card, but I'm gonna leave it alone because it didn't fall out. So we have the 9 of Lanterns. This is the 9 of Wands. Should you pursue this connection, or this person in general? We have the 2 of Plants. Okay, you are questioning this connection too. I feel like you both are very in this energy of if you should pursue it or not. Let's keep going. Should you pursue this connection? We got the sibling of flags. That's the knight of swords. This is the two of pentacles, and this is the nine of wands. Should you pursue this connection? Can I get one more, please? Okay, I might sound crazy when I say this, but I don't like how this card came out, so I'm going to put it back in. Let me shuffle one more time. Okay. Should you pursue... Okay, yeah, look, you see how that... I hope you saw how this one came out. That's how I like how it comes out. So I respect it, you know? Okay, so we still got the sibling, but we got the sibling of wands. Okay, so a sibling did want to come out. Okay. Can we get one more piece? The Fool. Ooh, okay. We got the Ace of Chalices or the Ace of Cups at the bottom. Okay. A lot of different energy here. Okay. Ooh. Can you see that? Let me see. Yeah. Oh, está un poco chueco. Let me fix it. There you go. Can you see all that? Okay. Cool. Okay. Should you pursue this connection? And I know you're questioning it with the Nine of Lanterns and the Two of Pentacles. You are questioning if you should pursue this connection. Because it seems like this person is also questioning it. And you kind of... I think you both are feeling that. Like, I think you both are very much like, okay, should we not? Should I go for it? Should I not? You know, very individual. Like, you both are individually asking yourself, should I pursue this? But also you're very much like, I don't know. And this person's the same way. I think what I want to remind you as well is that it's okay to have hope. With the Fool here, I'm seeing a lot of hope energy, especially with the rainbow. When I see rainbows, I always think of hope. I don't know why. It's just something. But this is a this is a LGBTQ plus deck, so it makes sense why I'm gonna see a lot of rainbows. But every single time I see rainbows, I think about hope. And recently, yesterday driving, it rained a little bit. And then while I was driving, well, I wasn't driving. My friend was driving. I was in the passenger seat. Passenger princess, okay? We saw a rainbow. So, literally yesterday. And then that was yesterday. So that was June 7th, I think, or June... I don't know what day it is, but it's like beginning of June. And then in May, I also saw another rainbow, like very beautiful rainbow. So I saw 2 rainbows back to back, and I thought it was so cool because I feel like it's so rare to see rainbows nowadays. And I saw them, and I thought it was very cute. And we saw a rainbow during Pride Month, and I thought that was really cute too. So yeah, when I see rainbows, I really think about, of course, I see joy, but I also see a lot of hope. So I feel like you have a lot of hope for this person. You have a lot of hope for this connection. Or maybe they're asking you to have hope and faith in this connection, because I think they want you to remember, like, you don't have to force anything. You don't have to go towards something that you're not 100% sure. But when it comes, this is what I want to, like, kind of share is that when it comes to connection, we are never 100% sure if we want to pursue it, right? Because when it comes to the matters of love specifically, we are never 100% sure if we want to pursue it, because we all have some type of fear, right? Some people are sure about it. Some people are like, I'm 100% sure that this is my person. This is the person I want to live and build a life with, or I want to pursue. You know, some people are 100% sure. Some people are not. And it's not because of the other person, it's because we're scared, right? It's a very normal human experience to be scared of connection, especially if you've been hurt in the past, right? So it's normal to experience fear when it comes to connection, right? But I think if you are experiencing fear, especially with the Nine of Lanterns or this nine of Wands, it seems like you have a little fear of connecting with this person, but I think they want to remind you to have hope. And if you want to pursue something with this person, it's possible, especially with the Sibling of Lanterns. This is the Knight of Wands. If you want to pursue something with this person, you can, and if you want to, you should. Like, this person looks like Anitra. I don't know if you know who Anitra is. She's a drag queen. She was in season 15 of Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, I think, season 15. And I love Anitra. She was in second place. Sasha won. Sorry if I'm ruining something, but Sasha won. But Anitra was second place, and Anitra is I love her. I love Anitra so much. But this card always reminds me of her because it looks like Anitra. Like, she looks like Anitra. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to say that. But I do think that if you want to pursue this, it is possible to pursue this. I think it's okay to pursue this. However, I think you're still in this energy of should I not? You know, and I'm not saying that you have to be 100% sure if you want to pursue this, right? Nobody is 100% sure about anything a lot of the times, right? Some of us are, right? But when it comes to like matters of love or matters of anything that brings somewhat of fear, somewhat of emotions, we're not 100% sure, right? And that's okay. And that's the beauty of it, to be honest. That's the beauty of love. That's the beauty of emotion or situations that makes us feel, because we're not 100% sure, but we know that, that we want to pursue it, if that makes sense. It's like more of a want than if you should, if that makes sense. So I think if you come to a conclusion of wanting to pursue this, I think you should. But if you come to a conclusion that you don't want to, don't. But it's okay to have hope. And it's okay to have hope in this person, and it's okay to have hope in this connection. Because I think they want you to have hope. You know, they don't want you to overthink it. Even though you might be overthinking a little bit, because maybe you're thinking, oh, what if this person doesn't want to talk to me anymore? Like, this person doesn't want to be with me, or this person doesn't want to interact with me anymore, or like doesn't want to be friends, or doesn't want to hang out, doesn't want to do anything. It's understandable to have those thoughts. However, I think they want to remind you, like, just have hope that this isn't, it's not about you, kind of. It's not about you. That makes it more a gumball. No, but it's not that it's not about you. It's more like it's about this person, and if they are willing to also be in it, if that makes sense. Because I think you both are questioning if you should pursue this more. Because I think you both fear, like, you both are scared of getting hurt. You both are scared to pursuing something and not lasting, if that makes sense. I think you both care about longevity. I think, yeah, especially with the 32 here, like, I think y'all both care about longevity. Y'all care about longevity in connection, in relationship. So it makes sense that if you don't see a future with each other, what's the point of pursuing, right? But you don't know if the future is there because you haven't pursued each other, if that makes sense. So you have to be open to pursuing each other and put time and effort and intention towards each other to see if you can actually sustain a good relationship or connection with each other, right? Relationships are confusing. Relationships and connection is shouldn't be difficult, but sometimes you have to be okay for relationships. Shouldn't be difficult. However, when we are put in a position to be vulnerable, that's the difficult part. Are you willing to stay, and is this person willing to stay, right? So a lot of this is literally more inner work and your inner world, if that makes sense. But overall, I think you should be open to pursuing this. But if you made up your mind and you're like, I'm not pursuing this anymore, I'm done, honor that, keep it moving, keep it pushing. But if you make up your mind, you're like, okay, maybe I should pursue this a little bit more, let's see what happens, I think they're telling you that's okay. That's a yes. Like, yeah, do it if you want to. It's more like you kind of have to make up your mind first and be sure. Like, if this is like, if you've been thinking about like, okay, I want to pursue this, should I pursue this? Yeah. But if you're thinking, I don't want to pursue this, should I pursue this? Don't. Okay. But have hope, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. So yeah. Because I think there's a lot of potential here for sure. So yeah. Whew. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope it resonated, or if it did, if it did, or if it didn't resonate, let me know. You can always comment. I appreciate your comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next, hopefully. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this pink sea turtle, this reading is for you. Now, before we get into tarot, we gotta see who this person is and your connection with this person. So, oh, and I added this card because I added it in pile 1 and I really liked it, so I added another card. So you probably didn't see that in the intro, but now you know. Okay, so we have the prayer, and oración. We have solar calm, number 16, with clarify, and then we have number 13. I don't know how to pronounce that. And we have number 28, earth, the element, survival, adaptable. So this person could be an earth sign, or you could be an earth sign, or maybe both of you could be earth signs, because this is the energy. My intention for this card is the energy between you two. Okay. This person could be spiritual, religious, any type of that energy. I feel like this person does believe in a higher power. That could be God. That could be anything. Could literally be anything. But I do think they believe in something higher, like a higher, like a powerful source, if that makes sense. They could be religious, or they just believe in something higher, like above them, if that makes sense. And I feel like they're not afraid to share that with you, like they believe in like a higher power, if that makes sense. This person's I feel like they are very calm, especially with the prayer and the solar calm energy and the earth energy. This person's a very calm person, and I think maybe that confuses you a little bit, or because they're very calm. I don't know if they're nonchalant, if that makes sense. I don't know if they're like considered nonchalant. I feel like they're just naturally a very calm person. They could be very intuitive as well, but also they could just be very calm and like in the sense of, like, I don't want to say they're nonchalant, because this seems like a very healthy energy, if that makes sense. They just seem very calm and very like put together, if that makes sense. At least what I'm seeing, they look very put together. However, as humans, who is really put together? You know what I mean? Like, who is? You know, nobody's. You know, like, I'm not that put together. I might come off that way, but I know I'm not. I'm a human. You know, we're all human. We're all people here. You know. So I feel like this person comes off very put together. They could be, right? Maybe they have their life together and they have everything together, but of course, like, we all have some messes in our life, right, without even trying. So yeah, this something about the earth here, maybe there's this energy of like, maybe this person works for the earth, or this person does something earth related, or you could do something earth related. Maybe you two both work in the same environment or something like that. Because survival, adaptable, and reliable. I think you two, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you met at work or met somewhere in the same environment, if that makes sense. Especially if it's regarding the outside, like maybe you both work outside, or you do something in nature, could be very specific here, or the earth in general, or something to like make the world a better place, maybe, right? But this person comes off very calm and very energetically just calm. very like, I don't want to say the word nonchalant because I don't think this person is nonchalant, but they could come off that way, and maybe that confuses you. So okay, again, like, I don't know what this deck, like, I don't know this deck, I don't know what these cards mean, so I have to get the guidebook for that. Just wanted to let you know. So that's number 13. Okay, so if you want to, number 13 is medicine, symbiosis, interconnectedness, interdependence, relationship, feeling-based communication. If you want to read, because it tells you like a little history behind this creature, I guess, right? If you want to read it, pause and read. But what I'm going to read is this part. If the Yaironi has appeared to you, right side up. But you can read the rest. You can pause and read. But it says, it has come to remind you of the beauty of interdependence in the situation you are in. You run the risk of succumbing to the illusion of independence. You might be acting as if your life is in a one-person show when it isn't. If you must drink to maintain your well-being, then you are dependent on that water. If someone else has to pump the water out of the ground for you, you are also dependent on them. In the situation you are in, you must not only recognize your dependence when it exists, but also invite that healthy interdependence and see the beauty in it. The Yaironi is leading you into a state of symbiosis. A lot of expert advice will tell you that resources should come from within and should never be dependent on what anyone else does or does not do. It will tell you that any form of dependency is a weakness or deficiency. Girl, that word. Sorry. Okay. Following the traditional model, one begins to build a picture of the world that is, for lack of a better word, lonely. We begin to feel as if we are in this life alone, like it is inappropriate to ask others for what we want and need. We begin to believe that it is wrong to rely on other people / things or to depend on them in any way. We are told that if we need other people, it is codependency. From a biological perspective, dependency is not a preference, it's a fact. Putting the fact that we depend on the earth and its resources for our survival aside, look at the biology of relationships. When you become attached to somebody, the two of you now form one physiological unit. In truth, you have this relationship with all that is. It has now been proven that your partner is able to regulate your heart rate, breathing, or the level of hormones in your blood. Your partner's availability and proximity to you influences your stress response. Your sense of differentiation is reduced, even on a biological level. When you develop a relationship with someone, this reduction of differentiation is a reflection of the fact that when you are in a relationship, you come closer to understanding and experiencing oneness. This also, okay, you can keep reading, but that was a really interesting it was really interesting. But I think this person's a very independent person. Maybe that's why they come out very nonchalant or very calm. This person is very independent, and I think they're not afraid to show that. And maybe that's why it confuses you. Like, maybe you're confused by this person because maybe they come off like they don't want to connect with others. Like, they're okay being alone. They're okay taking their time, and they are not afraid to be alone and independent, which is not a bad idea. Let me move this a little bit. Which isn't a bad thing. You know, we all should have a sense of independence. But I think with this card coming out, I think it's also okay to have a sense of dependence or wanting to connect with others, if that makes sense. Excuse me. And this person might have this mindset of, oh, I don't need to connect with others. Like, I'm cool by myself. I'm good. I just heard a song, like, I'm cool. Dude, I'm cool by myself. There's a lyric, I'm cool by myself. Oh, Warm Warm by Ariana Grande. I'll write that down. I'll put it in the description down below. If you're curious, like, she goes like, "'Cause I'm cool by alone," or something like that. It's called Warm by Ariana Grande. I'll put it in the description up below if you're curious. It's a cute song. So this person could come off that way. Like, maybe this person is very much like, I don't need anybody. Like, I don't, not that they don't want anybody, they just feel like there's not a need for anybody. And I think that's why they come off very calm and collected and very like nonchalant, because they have no desire to connect with others, if that makes sense. And I think that's why you get kind of confused, because they come off that way. And I think the way they come off is very much them. Like, I think they're being authentic with you in the way they come off. So, but like, whatever they say to you, believe them, you know? I don't think they're lying to you. I think they're being very authentic with you, especially with the earth here. I think you both are very authentic with each other. But I think this person is very independent and very like not searching for connection, which is very interesting. But I think there is this energy of like, I feel like they're not opposed of connecting with you or connecting with somebody. Well, this is about you, so specifically you, right? But I think they're not opposed to connecting, if that makes sense. I think they're not opposed, or they're not afraid to connect. They just never found the desire to do that. But I think maybe after meeting you, or after seeing the connection with you, or seeing the energy with you, they might be open to connecting. Because I think this person is just they have like very hyper independence, if that makes sense. I think they don't feel the need to be dependent on somebody or to want to connect with others. So I think they have this energy to them, but also I think they're not opposed to connecting with you or connecting with anybody in general. They're not opposed to it, but they're not actively looking for that, if that makes sense. So this person could be very interesting in that way, and that's why it could sort of confuse you how they are like perceiving you, or perceiving this connection, or like how they feel about you, because I think this person is not actively trying to, like, they're not actively desiring somebody, if that makes sense, but I think they are open to it, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's get into tarot about if you should pursue this connection, if you should be open to pursuing this connection with this person in general. I do personal readings. If you are curious, you can book a reading with me. You can email me or DM me on Instagram. Anything. If you want, I mean, I'm really happy that you're watching me, so you don't have to, but the option's always there. So yeah. Okay, let's see if you should pursue this connection. One more shuffle and then we'll get into it. Okay. Should you be open to pursuing this connection? Let's get 4 cards, please. One by one. The Wise One. It's a cute card. Ace of Lanterns. This is the Hermit card, I think. The Wise One is the Hermit card, and the Ace of Lanterns is the Ace of Wands. The House Father. This is the Emperor. And let's get one more. Hi. Let's please. Okay. We have the 5 of Swords. Oh, that orange is really pretty. And at the bottom, we have the 6 of Lanterns. Can you see all this? Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. I think this is the Hermit. But let me check. Let me check if it's the Hermit. I do think it's the Hermit, though. Yeah. It is. It is the Hermit. Yes. It's the Hermit. Okay. And this is the Emperor. That's the Ace of Wands. And then this is the 5 of Swords. Should you pursue this connection, or should you even be open to pursuing this connection? I think it's too early to know, if that makes sense. I think there still needs a lot of, I feel like there is still a need for more energy between you two to actually get a good answer, or like a direct answer for this question. I think it's leading towards a yes, though, because with the Ace of Wands, I do think it's leaning towards a yes, and the Emperor as well. However, I think there is still a need for more energy between you two, especially with the Wise One here. I think you don't overthink it. Like, don't try to overthink the situation. I think overthinking it can make it worse for you. Yeah, especially with the 5 of Swords, I feel like you could be overthinking it. You could be overthinking their action, or overthinking how they are perceiving you, or overthinking the situation. And I think because of that overthink, you can't make up your mind on if you want to or not. And I think there's a part of you that you want this person to come towards you. And I don't think that's impossible. It's just, if you want this person to come towards you, I think there's a need to kind of calm yourself a little bit and let this person come to you if that's what you desire. If you don't want to make a move, or if you don't want to pursue this person, if you want this person to come to you, let them, right? Give them space to come to you, right? You can't fill up the space and then expect this person to come towards you if you're filling up the whole space, with your energy. That's what I mean, energy specifically. Kind of bring back, with the Wise One, bring back your energy with yourself, and then let this person come to you, especially if that's what you want. But if you are open to it, I don't think it's impossible for you to pursue this connection, or be open to pursuing this connection, being a little bit more open to it. But I think you are leaning towards I think there is this energy, like, maybe you feel like you shouldn't. If you feel that, I feel like maybe you shouldn't. I feel like, because I think you're still kind of overthinking like, okay, if I do pursue this, what is this? Like, I think you're trying, like, you're seeing both sides. Like, you're like, okay, if I do pursue this could happen, but this could also happen, this could happen. And then if you're like, if I don't pursue this could happen, this could happen, but also this could happen, I think you're trying to understand all the perspectives of what could happen, and you're not sitting with yourself. Sit with yourself and then see what happens. I think because there is a possibility for this person to come through and be open to this, but you have to give it space a little bit. Maybe there is a need to give space where it's needed, right? Maybe there is a little bit of needed space here. And maybe bring back your energy within yourself, bring that energy back to yourself. Because maybe you've been pursuing this a lot. Like, maybe you have been pursuing this and you're not getting anything in return, or you haven't seen any progress. So it's okay to kind of come back to yourself and you can be open to this. It's just maybe come back to yourself and be vulnerable with yourself and understand, like, okay, I've done my part, I've done the pursuing, and I'm not getting anything in return. Maybe I should bring back my energy, give back my energy to myself. And I think that could be a good thing, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you have to, if you've been especially if you have been pursuing a lot, you're not giving this person to pursue you. You have to give energy, you have to give space, right? Let this person pursue you, especially if that's what you want. If you want that, give them space. And if they don't pursue you, that's your answer, that you shouldn't pursue this person anymore. But if this person does come through and pursue you a little bit more, then that's your answer. Okay, let's balance this out a little bit more. Maybe there is a need to balance this out a little bit. And maybe balance it out could be you putting your energy back to yourself and letting this person come to you, if that is what they choose to do, right? And of course, we are not in control of anybody. We are not in control of how people are perceiving us. We are not in control of how people are pursuing us, or if they want to pursue us, but we are in control of ourselves and what we can do with our own selves, with our own body, with our own mind. And what you can do is just bring back your energy to yourself, let this person pursue you, if they choose to do so, right? So yeah, I think that's the energy here right now of you, especially if you have been pursuing this person for a while now and that you haven't seen any like results, or you haven't seen anything, like you haven't seen this person pursue you. Let this person come to you, like give it space, give it time. Just bring back the energy to yourself, because it could be like you could be giving a lot of energy to this person and you're not letting this person give energy back to you. Because if you're just giving and giving and this person feels good while you're giving, you're not letting this person give to you. Like energy wise, right? If you're putting so much energy towards this person, let this person give energy to you if they choose to, right? Sometimes it's hard to balance it out when you're the only one giving, right? Let this person give to you, if they choose to do so, right? Because sometimes people are just want to receive and never give, right? So let this person show you that they can give as well, again, if they choose to do so. Because it does seem like this person is very, very independent. So yeah, and it could be like maybe you've been hurt in the past regarding this connection or regarding this person, and maybe you're questioning if you should keep pursuing. I keep wanting to say keep pursuing because it could be like you're already pursuing this person. So you could be asking like if you should keep pursuing this person. And I think it's a maybe, of course, like I've said it before, like if you have been, I think it's okay to kind of step back a little bit. But if you haven't, I think it's okay to be open. But it's also, I think you need to give this person time and space to pursue you, if they choose to do that, to make sure that you are open to this, if you're okay with this. So yeah, I think that's the energy here, especially if you've been hurt in the past. Sorry if you heard that squeak, I'm on my bed. But especially if you've been hurt in the past regarding this connection, regarding this person, I think that is your sign to kind of give it space a little bit. It's okay to give this situation space, give this connection space. It's not a bad idea. I've said this before. I said this before to one of my friends. I told them, like, you don't have to cut someone off. You don't. A lot of the times people see connections very black and white, when connection is never, or like love in general, is never black or white, right? I think a lot of people have this mindset of either I'm going to cut you off or I'm going to keep talking to you, right? Nobody thinks of the gray area, and that gray area could just literally be give each other space, right? But I think because it triggers your patience, because people are not as patient as we want to be, it's hard to give each other space, because we have our ego is talking, right? Like either I cut you off, or we keep doing this, right? I think a lot of us are very either or. Sometimes it's okay to give each other space. Sometimes it's okay to give this connection space. And I think people forget that's also an option. You don't have to cut somebody off, or you don't have to keep talking to somebody. Sometimes it's literally, you can just give each other space. That could also be an option, and that's okay, right? But I think a lot of people see it very black or white, when in reality connection is very gray. So yeah, I think I just wanted to share that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there for you. I hope I answered the question. To be honest, I feel like I was going all over the place, but I hope I answered the question. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this resonated, or if it didn't, if it did or if it didn't, please let me know. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your support. Hopefully I'll see you in my next. Hopefully. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next. Hopefully. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this green and brown sea turtle, this reading is for you. Now, before we get into tarot, I do want to explain these cards. So this is going to represent who this person is and the energy between you two. I did add another card because I did it in pile 1 and I really liked it. So I did it for pile 2, and now I'm doing it for pile 3. So I added another card. So yeah. So we have the warrior with number, I think that's number 10. I think the X means number 10. We have Pious Athena. Pious Athena. I think that's how you pronounce it, because double L makes the y sound. I don't think it's Palas. I think it's Pious Athena with think number 30. We also have Orunga number 65. Again, disclaimer, this is a new deck. I don't know what any of these cards mean. So I'm just vibing with it, and then we'll read what it says in the guidebook. But I'm still learning this deck, but the way I learn decks is by using them. So if you don't like me using the guidebook, I'm sorry in advance. Okay, and then the energy between you two, we have 37 starseed. Oh, look, rainbow. I was talking about this last time. I think I was talking about it in pile 1. I always see rainbow as a form of hope. I see rainbow as a sign of hope for some reason. I don't know what. And okay, let me explain to you. I literally saw a rainbow yesterday. Like after it rained, like it rained for like a little bit. Like it wasn't even like crazy rain. Like it rained, and then out of nowhere I saw a rainbow, and I thought it was so beautiful. Because I think it's so rare to see rainbows nowadays. At least for me. It was so rare to see it, but I loved it. I thought the rainbows were so beautiful. And the way I see rainbows is I see it as hope and joy, right? So rainbows could be significant. Because like everything's rainbow here except the astrology card. So yeah, rainbows could be significant. Okay, so who is this person? They could be older than you. I don't know, there is this energy of they could be older than you. They don't have to be, but they could be. Because it seems like this person's been through a lot, if that makes sense, especially with the warrior. Like, and like you see how this person, like there's like a mask here. There is this energy of like this person has been through a lot, or they are going through a lot, and maybe you know this information, or you know this, but they've been through a lot, if that makes sense. And I think this person's very hopeful as well. This person is very hopeful when it comes to the connection with you, and I think you're very hopeful when it comes to this connection as well, but they're also very hopeful with their own life. I think this person thinks more before they think before they speak, they think before they do an action, they go towards something. I think they think about it a lot. They are very much thinker. They could be with think. I think about Mercury and I think about Virgo and Gemini. So they could have Virgo or Gemini placements or energy, or Mercurial energy could be significant. Like the way they communicate. I feel like this person thinks before they do anything, or if they think before they speak, right? Because maybe they learned in their life that speaking too soon or doing too soon could ruin something, or it's not beneficial for anybody involved. So maybe they learned that. They could be older than you as well, but also I feel like this person is just a very wise person. This person comes off very wise. I just saw a snail for some reason. So snails could be significant, but I think they're just, because snails are very slow moving, right? But I think I see them as very very wise, like turtles, right? Like very wise, and like maybe slow moving but very wise, right? They know what they're doing. They know how to live in their own environment. I mean, every animal does, but I don't know, something about slow moving animals like snails or turtles, to me, they're just very wise. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're just very wise because they're so slow moving, yet they know how to live in their environment because the way they are used to living, right? When it comes to predators and stuff like that. So this person could be very slow moving when it comes to this connection, when it comes to their life in general. Like, maybe, and that's like, I feel like that's like not a negative thing, but like I guess the negative side of thinking too much, quote unquote negative, because I don't think it's negative, but it's more like it's not the best side when you think too much about things, because this person could be thinking about a lot of things but not put action towards it, if that makes sense. Like, they think about doing something, they think about pursuing something, but they don't do anything about it. And I think that could be the downfall of thinking too much, right? Because thinking could help, like we said, like they think before they speak, they think before they do. But sometimes when you think a little too much, you kind of stay still, and this person could struggle with that, if that makes sense. They think a lot but they don't do anything about it, because they think about it too much, if that makes sense. That's what they could be. Mercurial energy, Gemini and Virgo. They don't have to be, but they could be. I feel like the connection that you both have with each other is very, very sweet and very like cool. You could both be artistic, or this person could be artistic, or there is this energy of you two just vibing very well together. You two can, like, you see how they're silent but they're together. I feel like quality time for you two could be very important, and I feel like you both, like, there is like a very good foundation of friendship here. I think you two are friends at least, or maybe it's leading towards something more, but you started as friends. And I think it could be leading towards something more if that's what you both choose to do. But I think your connection with each other is very, very sweet and very cool and very just chill, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think there's a lot of stress between you two. You could have stress between you two, but I think overall, I think there is a lot of chill energy between you two. And I think you both like spending time with each other and having time with each other, even if you're not talking, even if it's just watching a movie or not doing anything, right? Maybe you both are on your phones, but yet you like being around each other. You like having that energy between you. Like, you like each other's energy, that the energy speaks for each other, right? You don't have to speak. You don't have to use your voice. The energy speaks for yourself, if that makes sense. The energy speaks. And I think that's enough for both of you. So yeah, okay, let's get into what this card means, because it matters, because it's here. So we have number 65. Okay. Number 65, medicine. Them, other, connection, network, association, and understanding. Yeah, there's a lot of understanding here. I think you both understand each other so well. That's why I feel like there could be a foundation of friendship already. Okay. So this talks about what, like, the origin of this creature is about. So if you are curious about it, you can read it, but I'm going to just read about what the card is about. So it says, no matter if you see an Orunga right side up or in reverse, you must reshuffle the deck and draw a card. Oh, okay. The card you draw is about them. It is not about you. So read it to gain more understanding about what? Sorry, I forgot. About what is going on with the other person or whatever the other is in the situation at hand. The Orunga likes to come to you when the problem in the situation at hand is more about the other person than it is about you. The Orunga especially likes to come to those who are taking too much responsibility for causing problems that in fact other people need to see what they are causing. Oh wow, okay. Very straightforward. So it says you must reshuffle the deck and draw a card. Okay, so let's draw a card now. Let's honor that. Let's get another card about what they want to let you know about this person. It makes me think like maybe this person is very mysterious. Even though it's like very rainbow and very like colorful and very bright, this person can come off very mysterious still. Maybe they don't. I feel like this person doesn't speak a lot. That's why I feel like they think more than they do or say. But their mind is racing, if that makes sense. Like their mind is happening, you know, they're thinking, their mind is moving all the time, but they might not say that or put action towards that. So let's get another card for this person. Chupacabra. Okay. Number 4, Chupacabra. So number 4, let's read what number 4 is about. Chupacabra, medicine. Restore and maintain cohesion. Placing responsibility where it actually belongs. Awareness of the actual problem and the actual solution. Facing your fear. Facing what you avoid. Resolving the patterns of the scapegoat. And if you want to pause and read about what the Chupacabra is about or the origin. Okay. If the Chupacabra has appeared to you right side up, you are being scapegoated in your life in general or in the situation at hand. There are some common emotional reasons that you might be stuck in this pattern. The first is that accepting this role is literally the only way to stay safe in your social group. Yeah, okay, this is what I think. Because I've gotten this card before. But if you want to pause and read, if you want to pause and read, you can. But I'm already gonna. Okay. If you want to pause and read, you can. Okay, but what I feel, this person could have a hard, they could feel like they can't fit in anywhere. Excuse me. This is giving very Aquarius energy, by the way. They don't have to be an Aquarius, but it's giving very Aquarius energy. They could be very mysterious, as I said, like could be very mysterious, but also very like just not knowing how to express themselves the way other people can authentically. You know, maybe it could be very hard for them to express themselves because maybe they just don't know how to. Like when they're happy, they know to smile, but maybe it's hard for them to verbally say that they're happy or even express themselves that they're happy. You know, it could be very difficult for them to express themselves authentically or the way they want to express themselves. You know, because maybe they are expressing themselves authentically. It's just, it might be difficult for them to do it correctly, per se, if that makes sense. Correctly, quote unquote correctly. Because maybe they have this thought of like there is a correct way to express yourself and then there's an incorrect way to express yourself, and maybe they don't express themselves at all because maybe they don't know what's the right way to do it, because there's no right or wrong way to express yourself, you know. So I think this person just knows that it could be difficult for them to express themselves, and I think because of that they rather just think before they do or before they speak, or if they even do or speak in general. I feel like they think more than anything. But I think when it comes to you, especially with this starseed, I think they feel very connected with you. I think they feel very understood with you as well. It's very sweet energy, very hopeful energy. And like, they have 2 cats here, so cats could be significant. They could have a cat, or you could have a cat, or cats, because there's 2. But yeah, I think the energy here is very, very beautiful in a way that's like, they feel very connected with you, and they feel very safe with you. And I feel like you feel the same way. So that's very, very beautiful, very sweet. So let's get into tarot about if you should pursue this connection, even though it seems like it seems like there's a very chill energy here. So it seems like you two are in a connection with each other. You two are connecting with each other, even if it's just a friendship way. It could be like, maybe you're asking about if you should pursue this romantically, but I'm just gonna ask if you should pursue this connection in general, because that's the premise of this video, or this reading. But I do want to say, like, if you are curious about getting a reading from me, a personal reading from me, you can always DM me, or email me, and we can talk about how you can book one with me. Either way, I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching this. So you don't need to, but I appreciate you watching this. You can always like and subscribe. I appreciate that as well. Okay, let's get into it. Should you be open to pursuing this connection with this person? I'm gonna get 4 cards. Ooh, okay. 8 of Wands. That's the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Lanterns is the 8 of Wands. Ooh, the Devil. We have the 7 of Cups. A lot of green energy, a lot of green cards. And the Sibling of Flags. This is the Knight of Swords. A lot of green. And at the bottom we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Wait, let me see if it's all in frame. Yeah. Okay. Should you pursue this connection? Sorry, I was stretching. Okay. Okay, I'm still stretching. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Let's get into it. This person could be like, maybe they could be from another country, especially with this the different languages. They could be bilingual, trilingual, or they might know a lot of languages. They could be from another country. They don't have to be, but they could be. Or you could be from another country. And maybe that could also be one of the reasons why they don't express themselves as much as they want to, because there could be like a speech thing, like it could be like a language barrier. So maybe that's why they don't express themselves with you as much. That's why they really enjoy the silence, because they don't have to express themselves verbally. Because of the language barrier. There could be a language barrier here somehow. So I feel like, should you connect this with this connection, should you pursue this connection or pursue this person, I think, okay, this is what I'm going to say. I think it's leading towards a yes. However, don't rush it. With the Ace of Wands, I think they want to remind you, do not, and the Devil here as well, do not rush it. Do not rush this. Because I think maybe you have a tendency to rush things, or you have a tendency to kind of go for it, and it could really, really overwhelm this person. So I feel like thinking about it before going towards it, having a target, meaning like knowing what you want to say, knowing what you want to do before going towards it. Because I think this person, I think they don't want you, like, this situation should not be rushed. especially if this person is still getting comfortable with you. Because maybe you like this person, you like being around this person, you like spending time with this person, which is very cool because this person feels the same way. It's just this, it seems like they don't want you to rush anything because you could scare this person off in a way that's like not healthy, if that makes sense. Like, do not rush it. And don't, yeah, with the devil here, I'm feeling like don't be desperate about it. With all love, okay? With respectfully, do not come off as desperate. Do not desperately try to find a solution in this. Don't desperately go after this. Think about it first. Connect with this person in a very vulnerable way, but don't act like fully go towards it, especially if you're just looking for something physical with this person. Like, maybe you are very attracted to this person physically. If you're looking for something physical with this person, I don't think this is the person for you. I don't think they want that. And if they do, have a conversation with this person, be as open as you can be as vulnerable as you can be, if that's the only thing you want from this person. But if you do want to connect with this person, I think give it space. Give it, not space, give it time. Give it time. Think about it before doing something crazy. Because it could scare this person off in not the most healthy way, if that makes sense. I think this person very much likes taking things slow. They want to, I think they are very open to this. It's just they want to take things slow. And I think you should be able to want to take things slow too. Don't rush anything. You know? Don't rush don't rush. Sorry, I thought my card was dirty. Like, but don't rush anything because it could lead to disaster, if that makes sense. It could lead to something that you both don't desire. So think about it before doing something, because it seems like you're already kind of sure that you want to pursue this more. But they don't want you to come off as desperate / they don't want you to rush it. Because that rush could be desperation. And especially if the energy is really good right now between you two, there's no need to change that. You know, there's no need to change that. There's no need to want more. It's okay to just be present, and it's okay to be happy with what you have right now. Be thankful with what you have right now. Just don't rush it, and don't be desperate about this. Respectfully, don't rush it. Think about it. Being present, be in this person's presence, and let this person be in your presence. Spend time with this person, but don't rush it. So yeah, maybe there is a need to kind of think about it before going towards it. Finding the balance between yourself and this person before going towards something more, I heard extravagant, or going towards something more, how do I say this? Like a little bit more, just more, like going towards something more. It's okay to just spend time with this person right now, get to know this person more, be friends with this person a little bit more. You don't have to rush anything, and you have to let this person have a choice too. Like, you can't manipulate the situation, and try not to manipulate the situation. Let this person have a voice too. Let this person choose if they want to pursue this too. Like, it should be reciprocated, And I think because of that, they want you to take it slow. Like, they don't want you to rush anything, because you rushing it could scare this person off, or you're not giving it time and space to create by itself. Give it time and space to create a connection by itself. So yeah, try not to rush it. I think that's the thing. Like, I know the question was like if you should pursue this connection. I think you already kind of are. I think you two are already kind of pursuing each other somehow. You two are already kind of seeing each other in that way, or seeing each other maybe just as friends. But do not rush anything. I think that's what I want to remind you. Don't rush anything, especially with this person, because you could scare this person off if you are a little too much for them. And by too much, I mean like if you're looking for something serious and they're not ready for that, you know. That's why, like, just know when it's desperation. If you know for a fact that you're being desperate, maybe that's a sign that kind of back off and breathe for a little bit and think about it. But it also just depends on your situation. So if you feel like, oh, this person, like, I want commitment and this person doesn't give me commitment, it's okay to just move on from that and, like, cut this person off if that's what you choose to do. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's just like a friends, like, it could be friends with benefits, or maybe you want it to be friends with benefits or something like that. That's why, like, don't rush this person, and don't be desperate about it. It's okay to just connect right now. So yeah, I hope that resonated. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, subscribe if you want, if it resonated, or if it didn't. Just be nice to me. I'll see you in my next, hopefully. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.